You just love pancaking people.
You know, as offensive lineman, you got to love that.
It just feels great. When you just knock a guy, just pow, that will never happen to me. How good does that feel?
It feels good, especially depending on who it is. And you know what? With the rules now, they're making it a little soft. You can't put no extra syrup on them at the end, you know?
Oh.
Because they could throw the flag. They're making it a little
Years
soft
ago,
now.
you could put a little syrup on.
A lot of syrup back in the years. You know, my time calmed down a little bit, yeah.
When you first started, what could you do after you pancaked a guy?
Every time I pancake somebody, I was hitting them again before they got up.
I love to hear that. I really love to hear that. So Derek Carr breaks into the league, and he's almost borders on hyper. I mean, Mr. Energy. When you first played with Derek Carr, did you think, Donald, he would be this good?
You know, the crazy thing was when he got there, you know, Matt Shaw was a starter. And, you know, I was going with the ones. So when Derek went up, I was sitting back watching. And I'm sitting back there a couple of times. I'm looking like, ooh, you see that throw he made? Like, I'm like, whoa. I'm like, he was impressing during training camp then. And then when Seattle game, and they threw him out there with us when Shaw was hurt, the way he marched down, and it was preseason, but it was against their ones. I mean, we marched down the field great. And I was like, man, this guy's, the way he came in that huddle and commanded it, it's like he's been there before.
Talk about the huddle. What's Derek like in the huddle?
He's a leader. He commands it. If he wants it solid, he's gonna tell it solid. Like I laugh sometimes, like bro, I come back, I walk back, I'm like, hey, you know, you yelled at me. He's like, I know.
He'll be just like, shut up, let's go. Like
he doesn't curse.
No cursing.
That's one of the things I always mess with him about. Like when he gets real mad, I go up to him, I'm like, I know what you wanted to say,
but he won't.
He doesn't curse. You know, he doesn't curse, but you know, he'll let us know if we're talking or and he's ready and it needs to be serious. He'll let us know. You know, me, I'm in my 11th year. He'll let me know, Donald, hey, let's go. I'll be all right. That's our quarterback. I have to do that because then the other guys see me do that, and they know that they have to be in line when he tells them to do the same thing.
When you played the Raiders, you didn't only beat them, you pushed them around. Was it as a unit, the best game as a Raider?
I don't think we played our best game as the Raiders yet. I think we haven't got there yet. You know, I think we're a long way from there. We feel good. We love where we're at now, but we haven't played our best. We haven't played a complete game, offense, defense, and special teams at once. But we were close against Denver. We were close.
It was impressive.
And it felt good, but we still haven't reached our full potential yet. And that's where we know that, and we're working hard to get there.
Obviously, Dallas offensive line, your offensive line are the two that everybody in the league's talking about. Everybody's like, Cowboys, Raiders, those are the two offensive line. Now, you've been in this league now 10, 11 years. You're a Pro Bowler. The new collective bargaining, Donald, there's not as much hitting. In fact, in the offseason, those young offensive linemen just disappear for months. Take me to, a lot of people are saying offensive line play is not as good now because of the CBA. Do you believe that to be true?
Not at all. I feel like, you know, the new CBA, the way they set it up with the hitting, I feel like I'm going to be able to play a little bit longer. And I feel like after I'm done playing now with the new CBA, I'll be able to play with my kids, you know, probably a lot easier than I would if it was the old way. It might hurt the younger guys coming in now because
development.
They're not doing that. But for a guy like me who knows how to get prepared and knows how to get ready to play, it's very helpful for me. And I feel bad for those guys, you know, coming in because when I came in, I did all that hitting, and that really got me ready. But now where I'm at, I appreciate where the CBA is now because it really helps me being an older veteran guy.
When you get a touchdown pass, we'll show it again. That's a lot of love. Like most of you guys, you never get recognized. Did you get one in college? Like you have 4 touchdowns? Like in high school, were you a tight end or something?
Nah, I was always an athlete. I played basketball my whole life. I didn't play football till my sophomore year of high school, and I always thought I was an athlete. I always had good hands, always could catch, but I was always just a big guy. So, you know, I was quick on my feet. That's why I get good feet from basketball.
So you told Del Rio, you've told coaches, I can catch.
Oh yeah, I play catch all the time. Like at practice, you know, in between drills, stuff like that. That's how it started. I caught a tip pass in Tampa a couple of years ago, and I took it for 15 yards, and that's how I started chirping more and more.
The legend of Donald Penn was created.
That's how I started chirping more and more to the coaches, like, you see, because I had an example finally.
So Tampa, then you come to Oakland, and it's a losing culture initially. And Derek Carr goes 0-10, then he starts winning. So you've turned a losing culture into a winning culture. take me into a locker room. You've been on teams that are bad, and now you're on a team that's really good. What's the difference between a bad and a good team? Is the locker room different?
It's hard to say. It's a lot of stuff that goes into it. You could say it's some bad things in the locker room. I don't think that was the point when I got here. I don't think that was the reason.
It wasn't. That's not why you were bad.
I don't think that was the reason.
Just didn't have players.
Here. Yeah, I think it was that and the culture. It was a whole little culture change, a whole little shock, like a 360 when Del Rio came in, and he brought in a great coaching staff to support him. I love Tony Soprano. Don't get me wrong. I love that guy. He did a great job. I love that guy. I don't take nothing from him. But when Del Rio came in, he brought in a new culture. He brought in, Kenny Norton, a defensive coordinator that's out there making us compete because he's chirping and yelling and he's talking more trash than us out there. So it's making you want to compete more in practice.
What are Raider practices like?
Oh, they're calmed down now because it's during the season. They can't be as fierce as they were because we won't be ready on Sunday. But
they were,
during OTAs and during training camp, we got after it. We got after it to a point where we had to say, calm down and say, hey, we're working at this together, not against each other. At the end of the day, we're going to perform as one because at one point it didn't look like we were going to form as one because we were competing so much. But that competing and that work ethic against each other got us to 7-2.
This league is so close. The difference between good and very good and bad, it's plays. Yesterday, Denver and New Orleans, that game flip-flopped in 1 minute 3 times. That was ridiculous.
Who are you telling?
It's incredible. So you guys play New Orleans. And that's the first, I'm watching on television. And you're a left tackle, you're a Pro Bowler, and Jack Del Rio's like, all right, going to go for 2 in the win. And I'm sitting on my couch thinking, Del Rio's drunk. This is outrageous. So you're in the huddle. You don't do that. It's the first game of the year. He's going for 2. Honestly, when it came into the huddle, what did you think?
Well, this is the thing. I didn't put 2 and 2 together because when we huddled up right before we went out, and he came in, he said, hey, let's go down here. We're going to go down here and win the game.
Right.
So I'm still thinking we're going to go down here and get the tie, go to overtime. I wasn't thinking we're going to go down there, score, and he's going for 2. So we're in the huddle, and DC's like, he puts up the 2 fingers. And I'm like, oh, let's go. Let's do it because we had 2 offensive tackles go down that game. I was playing right tackle. I haven't played right tackle in over 10 years.
Oh, so
I wanted to get the game over with because it felt horrible over there. And I was just out there just trying to survive. So when that call came out, I was all with it. I was like, let's go.
So what's the difference left tackle to right tackle? You're a Pro Bowler on the left side, and you hate playing the right. What's the difference?
I'm left-handed. It's like trying to write with your right hand. Especially after doing it for so long. If I would have practiced it and got a little comfortable with it, it wouldn't have been so bad. But I haven't been over there, and I don't know. I can't tell you last time I was over there.
High school maybe or something? You played
college. I played college. I started right tackle in college.
How come you ended up at Utah State? Why didn't UCLA, USC? Good Lord, what are you, 6'6"? You're athletic. Why'd they overlook you?
I don't know, man. They really didn't recruit me. I went to one of their camps. I had a great camp, but hey, they overlooked me. It's their loss,
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm glad I went to Utah State because I started 4 years there, and I was able to focus on football, and I ended up getting my degree because I don't think if I went anywhere else, I wouldn't have came out with my degree.
In?
Sociology.
It's the study of people. What do you make of these people? Bunch of weirdos.
Nah, I like it. You guys calm, cool.
We are cool.
Relax.
Exactly. I'm in total control right here. Hey, man, great meeting you.
Hey, you too.
Bye week, Houston, Carolina, boy, there's a lot of wins on that schedule. As long as they keep you at left tackle, not right. Donald Penn, it's the herd.